играет на одном уровне, может дропить чуть сильнее. И потом идет K23, а потом 100 пингот. К23 все-таки сильнее, чем 100 пингот. Мне бы лично хотелось, конечно, увидеть и Досю с его стаками, и Эдварда с его на следующих турнирах, и РМР, и в общем в мировом рейтинге на соревновательной сцене, потому что такие, так скажем, опытные игроки со своим именем, которые хорошо понимают игру и в целом имеют большой опыт за спиной, и они всегда приносят молодым игрокам, которые играют с них командам, большой буст. Поэтому это всегда полезно. И как минимум для того, чтобы развивать молодых игроков, и они появлялись на наших сценах. Определенно есть команды, которые требуют больше.
legendary teams, major players, and electrifying tactical action are back in CSGO Regional Major Rankings 2021. From June 27th till July 4th, 10 teams will clash in the thrilling showdown for the prize pool of $100,000 and
Same in losing against Dignitas. Sure, Dignitas aren't a big name, but they're always a team who are good on that nuke. We've seen them beat Liquid on it in the past. So I think the results, yeah, they look bad win percentage-wise for Spirit, but I think they should just have enough for this one, because I don't think this is a map that suits this K23 roster too well. I don't think it really suits either of them that well, in all honesty, but I just get the feeling that K23 might struggle with some of those rotations and some of those nades, because we already saw them kind of missing some nades here on Inferno, to be honest.
Yeah, and Inferno is one of those maps that utility isn't that difficult to pull off a CT smoke or a good bracket smoke. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling the Spirit comeback. I feel like they're going to win the series 2-1, Alex. I was saying that during the break. I know they lost the first map, but I think Spirit are just going to make them difficult for themselves. As I was saying, they love Counter-Strike, so they'll play every round possible. But we'll see if they can pull it back here on Nuke. K23, still the underdogs, even after winning map number 1. If they can get off to a good start, they can definitely put up a fight here. And Stegster, who has opened things up the proceedings with a P250 onto Nealon. And that does give them outside control. They can go down to a secret.
Gives them plenty of options. Could split that B site, or you could come quickly back up the vents to A if you think K23 have over-rotated. That hasn't happened yet. Adren's playing close towards door, playing on the site itself now. He wants to go aggressive by the looks of things, taking hut control. That could make this A play more difficult if that's what Spirit want to end up with. And it looks like they are going to try and burst out through door any second, or maybe not. I thought the vents players were going to come up and help. Maybe they will now. Adren's in hut, so if they go A, he's in a good position, but they're still searching for anything on B.
And that bomb coming down, making noise now. Chopper, headshot connected onto Adren. That gives a 2-man advantage now to Team Spirit. For K23, they have got utility for this retake, and they've got a kill back. I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself right now, though, because Mira is still down here with a P250, and this position is so strong. It's hard to flush out this close corner. And Mira goes forward with the headshot, P250 getting one. Fame did come over the top quickly with the headshot of his own, but again, they're still down a player. And Team Spirit have ramp room. It's Chopper just coming in with that kill, and Sumdai Young closes out the day here for Team Spirit. 1-0 on the board, and it's a good pistol win for them. K23, I feel like they just needed another kill on the initial hold, and they would have stood a far better chance. They had utility, they had a kit for that, but just couldn't quite do it.
And not this time. Nice round from Spirit, though. I like that they went down the vents in the end there, but I also like that they just took their time on that play, because they could have gone for the really quick push down the vents into B, but you never know if there has been 2 CTs rotating down, or if there is that heavy stack on the B side. They just take a bit of time before getting that bomb down into the vents. And they've got to deal with this.
Mirrored. Tapping it to a secret. K23 not getting their own opening. And talking about how K23 can actually stand a chance of winning this, I think Mo is going to be a central piece to that. He's got to perform the way he did over on Inferno. I thought Magix was going to be the player to pull that kill back, but luckily the vent play does not go in favor of Team Spirit. But unfortunately for K23, they do lose the top hut player to Dagster. So fair amount of the round. 40 seconds left. I don't know how deadly these deagles can be, but that's a beautiful shot for Magix.
Ooh, down they go. They're all right. 29 seconds. Smoke at the ready to help them get that bomb planted. A couple of good shots to get them down towards B, and the CTs can't deny the plant. So at this point, Mo's probably already looking or thinking about whether it's worth saving. He's going to go for the fights though, and oh no, he's going to be dealt with. One kill from Mo, not going to be enough. Adren left in a pretty much unwinnable 1-on-3.
He's just going to hang around, hoping Team Spirit send off a wandering player, maybe find a weapon, which you can save down here in the lower side. Spawn coming through the double doors. Adren holding the cross, does damage to Sumdai Young and starts to run away. Sneaking that bomb to tick on, and now he's actually going to look for another weapon. Oh, we can get a Galil out of it. Not bad there from Adren. Nice steal towards the end, but again, looking at the money here for K23, we are looking at a very weak economic situation. So for Team Spirit, they can get the buyout. 2 AK-47s, of course. If the MAC-10s are the big weapons here, they're the ones I'm most interested in, because it's a great opportunity to build up money against the unarmored opponents.
A good chance to show us what they can do here. Solid start for Team Spirit. They're actually just going to go for an A-rush. They want this round over with as quickly as possible. And Adren was trying to spam door, but the fast play came through hut. And despite Neoland's best efforts, he won't be able to do enough to lock this one down.
Bomb has been planted.
With the bomb planted, it is Team Spirit. On the third round, and K23 will get their buy into the next round, and I want to see an early start from them. I want to see a round win coming in as quickly as possible for K23. You definitely want to just keep that mindset, the mentality out of Inferno going over into Nuke, because he just about got out of Inferno alive. He's just about got that win. So you don't want to let Team Spirit get in a better mindset here. If you can keep them going, realize, okay, we're not out of the woods yet. This is still going to be a difficult game. I like that Norbert tries to get rid of the weapons there towards the end. Didn't work out for him.
Here comes the buy and the AWP of Mo. He was really solid over on Inferno. On Nuke, it's always important that your AWPer can have a good game. Normally, it can help you control that yard position, which is so integral to a lot of teams' T sides. So let's see if Mo's AWP can be the difference maker in this round. We've got the guns out. Mo's performance on Nuke in the last 3 months hasn't been great. His last 4 games on Nuke, he's had a negative KD. Obviously, K23 have been losing those games as well, so that'll be part of it. But all these smokes at Yard are obscuring his vision right now, so maybe it's Adren who's going to have to try and spam through the smokes, or look for the fight above. But Chopper's ready, and Mo looking for some luck, but he's not going to find it.
They're just going to get down into the B site after all that utility being thrown. I'll leave Chopper in place towards red, while the rest of them now take up their positions in the lower bomb site. Norbert's spot is so good though. You see every game you'll see a player from up there get a highlight moment on these B hits. Nealon has found Sumdai Young, so we're right back into the 4v4. 55 seconds left. Norbert is waiting for the decon swing, but it's window he needs to be worried about, and luckily Mo was picking up that early info. He takes damage, so he falls back, and now Norbert sitting back in a crossfire with Nealon. As they start to come in, they can watch each other's blind spots. And Nealon has taken Chopper out of this round. There's only 35 seconds left to get onto the bomb site now. So they're going to figure out, can we go up to the A site? They're going to go up the vent, and that's a big kill from Finn. He can deny it all, but he couldn't quite find the follow-up. Mere quick headshot, but the heaven play. There's just players everywhere Team Spirit go. And from here, he's going to go back down the B site. Where can we go at this point? They're going to run on in, but look who's waiting for them. Norbert in this position, just waiting the entire round he was there, and gets his reward from it. That's a horrible round for Team Spirit. Trying to figure out where can we actually go.
No highlight play from Norbert, but I like that we cut back down to him and he's still in that same spot, just waiting for his kill. He knew it was coming, but eventually it came his way. He got teased earlier on in the round when he thought it was going to be a proper B play. Finally gets the chance to use that spot. Spirit still with AKs into this next round, but got snuffed out quite quickly there by K23, who had a nice rotate and had a nice ability to stop that B-sided play from coming through. That was after Adren lost this fight at Yard, but he's going for it again. That's the sort of angle you'd love to have an Organ, though. Just scope in on that head and burst fire, but with the M4, not quite as easy. Elsewhere, though, SDY has somehow found them an early fight out onto A, so yet again, 5v4 for Spirit. Let's see if they can do better with it this time round.
Wall of smokes. Towards outside. Magix and Mio start to walk in behind those smokes and try and pressure down in towards Secret. No one going to be waiting for them, and Mo can't pick up that info. He can call that the two smokes are up, so they could have crossed down Secret. And there has to be enough info for K23 to adjust accordingly. Team Spirit have shown a real willingness to go with these outside smokes. I think it's quite common, actually, for some of the Ts to throw them and not actually run with them. Just kind of manipulate the defense. They can't really run the risk of not rotating a player into position or having someone protocol ready. But right now, on this lower side, Magix is getting up towards control room. Team Spirit are getting good control on the B side, and no one's here to defend.
Yeah, I think K23 have just gambled because they rotated pretty nicely in the previous round. Oh, hello. SDY, another free kill. But yeah, I think because K23 had that nice rotation and hold towards B in the previous round, I think they were hoping that Team Spirit would second guess the B play and come back to A. And even if that doesn't happen, worst case scenario, you save these guns into the next round, you get at least a decent buy into the next. So I don't mind the decision from K23. It does kind of suck conceding a 4th round so early on, but that's the game you have to play. You have to play the percentages, which K23 did in this round, and at least they'll carry over some guns. The downside to this is you don't do any damage to spirits at all. So the Ts will be they'll be shining right now. They'll be going around the shops, buying whatever they want. A new AK skin, maybe. Who knows?
What AK skin would you go for, Hulk, if you had all the money?
Oh, well, I have the elite build right now, a truly lovely AK skin. So
yes,
I just love it so much. I'd buy 10 of those.
So we have like how much are they? Like £1 or something? Do you have a tenner?
Maybe not even that, honestly.
Yeah. Good Molotov up to Silo from the CT side there, and that does prevent the peak from Team Spirit early on. I'd buy this one that Some Die Young has, the hydroponic. It's a nice looking skin. Was it you that had one of those, Hawker?
Yeah, I got one as a drop one time at the end of a game, which is ridiculously lucky.
You lucky. Well, I have to say, you sold that, didn't you? A little bit too cheap. I did.
So... And it went up loads after I sold it. Yes, it did.
No.
Don't remind me.
Well, I remind you all the time, Walker. Here comes the play. Out to the side. Kneel in. He's got the rafters. And oh my god, Magix! He's made of something else. He just turns around and gets the headshot. Mo and Norbert, they're left alone trying to pick up scraps, and there's not enough scraps to go around. It's just a beautiful round out of Magix. And made of something else has to be another line. I couldn't use built different because it's been used too much, so I had to find my own version. It's like the elite build of phrases right there.
Maybe you could say he's built elite.
Elite build
not really.
It's real bad. That's real bad. I think we should be paying StarLadder for having us on the broadcast at this point.
Oh, Mo's in trouble. Nearly lines him up, but now he's got two different angles to deal with. Chopper gets him out of there. And Spirit have started strong on their T side of Nuke. And this is something we were a bit scared of from the K23 side. I don't think they've played terribly so far, but the rotations now could be an issue for them as this game goes on, especially if they keep losing these early fights. That's been a bit of an issue so far for them in this game. And down to Deegs in this round. Spirit could just make him pay with a quick A play.
Oh, Dragon control utility. That was a good headshot from Magix. Fame has been taken out, but Nealon's deagle. It's been good in this series so far. Just one kill from it in this round, though, and I think that's going to be magic enough to get them into it. And that bomb down for Team Spirit. 6 rounds looming in front of them. K23 CT side hasn't really got going here at all. And this is more the Team Spirit we were expecting to show up on Inferno. It's kind of unreal to have not seen it consistently. We only seen it a couple rounds here and there, but overall pretty disappointing. They've had a 10-15 minute break in between the maps though before they headed into Nuke, and that can sometimes be enough to reset your mindset.
Not the biggest problem for K23 that they lose this round specifically against the A-Rush. But in the future, they're going to have to show that they can stop that. Norbert, oh no, I thought he was going to steal the AK, but Mir is able to find him at the end. So no saved rifle for K23 this time. But yeah, going into these gun rounds, K23 are going to have to show a bit more resistance on that A site. Hopefully some early utility to stop any potential fast plays, because the top Nuke teams in the world are pretty good at those fast A aggressions. And as the CTs, you've got to be able to deal with those. Otherwise, you're going to give away a lot of rounds.
Mo is the player I'm watching closely. It's got to be the talisman for the side. Dexter. Oh, he takes out him. Oh, just a nice shot deep in towards the back of Credit Card, and Mo is out of the round. I like that they throw that Molotov up into Silo, but I like that Dexter doesn't care. He just sits back behind it, then walks forward for his kill once it fades away. And that has given Team Spirit a much-needed man advantage. And they've gone in towards Gary. He's starting to wrap up on a trend. He's dropped the ball, but they now know where he is. He flicks back, but not quick enough. Magic's in with a headshot, and now continues to bound towards Hell, and Norma's got up in towards the top of the ladder. He's deciding to change up that position. Well, for Team Spirit, they'll be happy with the map control they've gained so far. And they've recovered that bomb again. Now they're waiting for some aggression. They've got the time to play with, waiting for a mistake of K23 before Team Spirit decide they want to pounce on a site. They're primed and ready. They're ready to go wherever they want. They can even go in towards the ramp and go down into the B site, on it up to heaven, but they would need to take a fight all towards Norbert. And Magix, he's really good at winning these fights. It's something he's quite good at, his Counter-Strike, and that's why. Headshot in. Norbert out of heaven. And Fame tries to hold down Lobby. He's got a teammate in front of him as well. And that's the bomb down. 2 kills quickly in for K23. And Fame swings to take the fight against Mir. But in doing so, will lose his life. 7 rounds for Team Spirit. It was close up until the final seconds there. And suddenly Mir decides to get the 2 important kills.
Nice try on the aggression, on the chaos for K23, but Spirit still ahead of them in these rounds. Similar scenario again where you get the early kills in favor of Spirit. Magic's getting that nice 2K to put them into that position. It's just not been good enough for K23 so far. Adren getting caught towards Yard. Didn't realize they were going to be so quick on the aggression. SDY himself will be caught out by the CTs pushing into lobby, though. So there's a gun recovered. I don't know if they're going to be ready for Mir, though. Yeah, they're not ready. Spray to the body. Still got to make sure he gets away safely, but should be all right.
That's not clean from him. He spotted out the head, thought he was going to get the headshot, but sometimes be off on that first bullet accuracy, and he at least stays alive, gets him behind the smoke, drops down for a kill, and now Norbert, just the AK. He's gone up to heaven. try and get into the next round. This is more like it from Team Spirit, though, in terms of just how the rounds are being played out. This is more of what I wanted to see on Inferno, just relying on these individuals again. It really felt like they were just silenced. You know, Dexter was missing some unorthodox shots in the first half of Inferno. Definitely warmed up towards the end, but I mean, they were just really slow to start. And I think when you get a slow start, it can really affect the rest of the game. Just because you give away so many rounds and your mindset then shifts to, oh, we have all this work to do just to tie things up. And they nearly get it done in overtime. Just K23 pulling ahead. But this start from Team Spirit is going to really hurt for K23. They've got to start winning rounds soon. Otherwise, this can get out of hand in the first half.
It's been flat so far. Oh, Dexter's got another early kill. They're giving away so many of these fights early in these rounds. Miz wrapped all the way around yard. Dexter with another one. And K23 aren't even coming close in this one.
It's sad, but it's reality right now for the Kazakhs. And Team Spirit, not going to be complaining about this at all. K23 has been save simulator for them in the last couple of rounds. The best moments out of the highlight plays have been on the exits, saving the weapons. Up down for Mo, and Norbert's going to sit in the corner. He's not wanting to take that ult just yet. He will eventually want to grab it, but more so whether or not he'll be allowed, and the answer is just no. Mira takes his head right off, and it is Team Spirit on 9 rounds now. And I think that is what Team Spirit are doing right now. No entry to Nuke right now for K23, not getting any start they would hope for. And now as we go into the sort of later parts of this first half, we're really desperately looking for some rounds now on the CT side. Otherwise, it's just going to be impossible to come back from.
I guess Spirit really did get their Nuke practice in, Dinko. They are
They really did.
hardened almost on this map at this point. They go for the aimplay again, and this is what I pointed out earlier. You can't let that happen to you. Magic's a Mir with the entries. The early utility not there to deny. That was a full buy for K23, and it did not look like it.
And that's been 2 rounds in a row, well, actually more than that, 3 rounds in a row, or it has just been this quick cut out for Team Spirit. Every call they're making right now seems to be paying off. It's interesting, no, obviously we're here in the RMR, that you won't be allowed to use your coaches. And I'm often interested to see how that affects teams. And I think with Team Spirit, they're a team that I wouldn't say ever rely on some significant calling in the team, because they even went to, when they added in Patsy and Dexter to begin with, they were trying that out. That was when the whole 6-man roster fad was happening, right? So they were bringing in Patsy, and they were subbing out Chopper in the middle of maps. And that to me just told me, all right, Team Spirit really do not have some sort of strict in-game leading system on the team. And I do stand by that. I believe this team probably just, you know, obviously have a main caller, Chopper, but I think it's obviously going to be built around the players having to figure out most of the stuff themselves, like coming up with a round win together. But Chopper probably calls the outset moments. You know, when they leave spawn, he probably comes up with the initial idea, and then after that, Team Spirit just figure it out as they go along. I think a couple of teams do that. I think Elige was saying that recently, that Liquid actually do that at the moment with Fallen at the helm, but it's changed back. But I think Team Spirit are probably a team that just epitomized that kind of calling style.
Yeah, it's very loose, basic utility a lot of the time, but generally their utility is good enough to open up the rounds for them. This time K23 finally getting an opener in one of these rounds. Fame gets the early frag, but as soon as I say his name, I curse him. It's brought back to the 4v4. The boost is nice though. Famas from Mo lines up 2. No one else there to get that bomb back. Finally, it looks like K23 have a round.
It's not over yet, though. Mir, oh, he needed to win that fight if there's going to be a chance here. Thanks to the 1v3 and up on top of the hut. Nealon comes over the top, crossing his legs, quite ladylike there in the bottom of the vents. And we get into round 13. Much needed round there for K23, but there needs to be plenty more of that. They need to close out this half 10-5 to really feel comfortable about a comeback coming in, and that means getting the flawless 3 remaining rounds. I don't think it's great to be on the CT side and only post 3 or 4. I think, you know, we often talk about 11-4 comebacks being possible, but I don't really know if it is on a map like Nuke, even though it is more balanced. So we definitely want to walk out with at least 5 rounds to the CT side.
Flashes at Yard. Adren struggled here so far, but finally the switch up pays off for him on the aggression, and Mo's there to help. Orb shot lands at range. Dexter going up on top, but he's going to be counted out of the round by Mo. Finally, K23 showing us that they can stop these early fights going against them, and that's all Spirit were really doing. Now that they're being stopped in the early proceedings, they're struggling.
And their answer seemed to be just throw more bodies at the problem, and just over and over again they were just going in and dying. So really good job at K23 to be able to handle that pressure. You know, Dran getting the opening, but it's Mo that gets those 2 follow-up kills that really end the round here. Sumdai Young trying to get out in towards Sun. Oops, out with his AK. Damage down to 6 HP, and now Nealon comes in for the final. 10-3 on the board for K23. They finally win another one. 2 in a row for them, and it is Mo that is leading the charge and was the MVP of that round. And he was the player that was leading the way on Inferno, and I said needed to be the win condition here for K23 if they are to connect.
As I was saying earlier, yeah, just important that if your AWP plays well, he's going to be able to control that Yard position so much more effectively, and the replay encapsulated that with Mo getting 3 of his kills all towards Yard. Stop the Spirit aggression early. And Adren is still playing aggro on Yard, just looking for fights, but he's in trouble. Down to 21 health. He needs some assistance to get back safely, and he actually manages to fade away.
Both teams are incredibly lucky that not to have lost a player. We're still 5v5 at the beginning of this round. Utility coming out from Team Spirit. The Yard execute has come through most rounds for them. That deep smoke wall in towards garage and outside of main, and that allows you so much space to play with. And if Mo is elevated, if he's up and not in hell right now, he's able to peer over the top of these smokes, but because he is down in hell, these smokes are working very well for Team Spirit, and without really much resistance at all. They're going to go down into Secret. Magic's was the bomb carrier at the lead of the charge, and that is information picked up. Bomb is down in towards Secret. Dexter gets the trade out, but K23 have a good bit of info now.
Nice shot from Mo. Again, doing a solid job at just getting the standard kills, but Chopper is sneaking up close, and the window's already been broken. Mo looks back as he hears the jump, but Chopper gets the headshot, gets the drop on him into a 3v3, and Chopper wants more. He's going for more fights, and another kill opens up the map even further.
Ten seconds for Team Spirit, and they're starting to get the bomb planted. Nealon drops down the vent. They're not close enough to be able to make it work though. And Fame goes in with a kill. Chopper down and out. 2v2 now. Tommy taking, but Team Spirit now. Dexter taking damage, taking spam, and the kill onto Fame. It looks like Team Spirit want to close out this half without letting K23 get that 5. The best they can hope for now will be 11-4. As Nealon has to retreat, he runs away. Sumdai Young not even letting that happen. No mercy in the round. Team Spirit up to 11. It starts off actually quite up in the air and closes out in a similar fashion where, you know, you had Magic's going down into a Secret. He's the front man with a bomb. And although he gets traded very quickly, that bomb being spotted is actually information to K23 about what is likely to be the play, what Spirit were thinking about doing. So you can make a huge decision on the CT side about how you want to deal with that. It's just very unlucky that K23 don't win the round off of it. So really are throwing away quite a few chances now at this point. Team Spirit looking to close out the half 12-3.
And if it was earlier in the half and they started to look this competitive, they could get away with losing a round like that. But they really need every round they can get at this point. And Norbert tries to go for the switch up, but Magix is aware of the potential aggression. The AWP shut down early. And because they spotted that it's Norbert that they've taken out, they're probably aware that Mo still has another AWP in play. So that's some nice info for Spirit to work with. Milan thought about going aggressive, but decides to fall back. K23 will have to play from a man behind.
As if it couldn't get more difficult. Nealon. He's going to hold in the middle of the site for a pick. Second opportunity is picked up by Bim, who doubles up on his chances and closes it with a 3K. 9-11. The performance out of Fame in the last round gets them a 4th round. And that's much needed for K23. As much as it's not a good half, 12-3 is incredibly different to what 11-4 is. You can come back from 11-4 halves. It's just not very likely, in particular on Nuke. And also, when Team Spirit are playing like this, it's hard to see that happening. But we'll see if they can make the scoreline at least respectable and maybe gather some confidence if we have to go to that 3rd map. You're going into it with a better mindset, some more confidence in you. It definitely helps about if you have to go to Overpass.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they could at least get some more rounds here. Nice shot from Dexter early. P250 can take the long-range fight, but still got to go up against those USPs, which are capable of the headshots. And now Chopper falls off the angle. He knows his team have the man advantage, so he doesn't have to hang around for too long. SDY will see if he can lock this down. 3 players spotted. Nade at the ready, but it's not going to do much damage, and it definitely wasn't worth trading his life for it.
Oh, trying to get aggressive into lobby is Magix, but Milan is so ready for that. And now the heaven play from Fame, the double kill on the pistol. Mia's come over from main to try and fight down into the site with the bomb planted. 23 with the man advantage into the post plant. They know Mia's position. Chopper has to do the heavy lifting. He's definitely capable of it, but forcing that hut fight alongside Heaven is probably going to be the most difficult challenge of the pistol round. Luckily, Mia has found Fame. And Norba's still in Heaven, though. So that was the easier player to take out, as the player actually inside the site. Now the Heaven walkout found by Chopper directly below. Nealon comes in, double kill stolen away. K23 get the pistol, and it's Nealon with that smoke kill that closes it out.
Nice work to close it out. And maybe that scenario we were talking about will come through, with Nealan coming through with some important kills at the end. They've got a chance to build something here on Nuke. It was really that start of the game that was just so flat for them. So they've got a real chance of at least making it close, at least putting some rounds together. This could be deadly, though. Oh, no, it's a stack towards ramp. It's absolutely everything in favor of the CP side. Spirit aren't even going to lose a single player, and K23 thought they could just rush into ramp, but they were sorely mistaken.
Don't rush ramp in those kind of rounds. That's just the lesson learned right there. Oh, that's horrible. Team Spirit, the meat grinder was set up, and K23, they make a nice tenderloin. I'll take a medium rare.
Well, now they've got to go ahead and win a force buy. Oh man, if they lose this, I think it's just done, honestly.
Yeah, you can't really come back from that. As much as we're positive people, Hawk, and we always try to give the chance for the storyline, it just... You gotta be realistic. Walk out the doorway. Sumdai Young getting the max 10 kills. Oh, it's disgustingly clean. Sumdai Young with the 4K. And outside Mir with his 1.
Well, that might just put a bow on it for Spirit. I think they're about to wrap it all up here if they keep on going like that. They're up against Glocks in this round. It'll be a chance for even more magical moments. Not from the Mac 10, though. It's been left behind ahead of this one.
I often
I guess-
say, every time I cast Spirit, that some die young in towards hut and down beside the hut area. He is one of the best players. I just love watching him in this spot. And if he does that in Mac 10 rounds, I'll love to see if he gets a chance in gun rounds, because he can be just brutal. Oh!
Ooh.
He's only using one bullet every single time. Oh, Mir, this is just a DM for him. Headshot galore. Inbots have been practiced here. Mir not getting a headshot. How disappointing. The ace, just not the headshots. What is that from Mir? That is just so clean.
Literally just playing his own fun little mini game there. Lovely to watch out for. 14-5 Spirit. I don't think Mir will be going for the one taps this round because they are against the AKs, but have a look at this second shot. Boom. Boop. He's gone.
Mir's playing the Harry game. You know, why not just headshot him? Just headshot makes the game easier.
Oh, K23 will be going for headshots of their own into this round. It's full AKs out for them, but it's their last chance to get anything together here on Nuke. Oh wow, that nade bounced straight off the door and somehow landed in the vents. Not what SDY was going for, but he's got another smoke at the ready. Mir playing down secret. He may actually go for some more long-range AK fights, although the molly has slowed him.
Mir walks right into his AK. It's not a good start here for Team Spirit. Much needed start though for K23 and a follow-up headshot from Norbert. This will be a happy beginning for K23, but will it be a happy ending? Often we have to give our protagonist a problem in the first act, and it's time to figure out how they're going to do it.
All right. Magix was just chilling on the ladder, and Norbert apparently hates people who are on ladders. A very weird, specific thing to hate.
Yeah, if you're
Whenever the builders come over, he has to leave, Dinko. They're always on the ladders. Get off the ladder.
He's got some traumatic experiences involving ladders, has he? This is a Norbert lore we didn't even know, and now, because he's seen the ladder play, he's infuriated in the round. He wants to kill everybody. So yeah, just don't put a ladder near Norbert. It's not a good idea, especially if you're trying to win Counter-Strike rounds. Acer trying to keep them at bay. That Molotov does not really stop Norbert. He's going to keep walking. Does go down. He was flashed by his own teammate, and Dexter gets both kills. He should be safe now at this point, and he does get the AWP over. It is a round for K23, thanks to Norbert and the revenge against the ladder people, but we get into round 21, and it is going to be the buy again for Team Spirit. So much of a buy that they're going to buy a double op setup.
And an org in there too, which we haven't seen as much of, but Nuke is certainly a map that you can use that org on those longer range angles. Molly early from Nearlad. Smoke goes towards Yard, which Mir could have pushed behind, but decides to just fall back. Spirit will sit and wait for K23 to make the play in this one. Another flash towards Yard, but no one challenging Mir right now. K23 playing it slow to start this one.
Utility being dumped, and Dexter dumping a Dren from the round. I love that boost up when you can make that work, when you can get up on top of the garage. You can find so many kills from that. And Dexter luckily just gets away with a freebie. It's down quickly. Utility tries to go in, but the flash is ineffective. Mir dodges it. Another run right past him, but luckily Mo stops his teammates from death. But here's Dexter. Run boost over. Knows that. He waits for a second. He's disciplined, but he couldn't quite get the kill.
SDY poking his head up, spots one man, but decides it's not a fight he can afford to take. And now that they've spotted a couple of players at Yard, K23 will start to sneak their way out through door. Norbert's in a very powerful position here. They've also got players moving in towards Hell, so this A-Rap could be a really good idea at this point. Oh no, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. They pulled it back with this heaven play. Nealon on the double kill has opened up the round once again. It has to be some Die Young. Comes back in, but he has no kit on his back. He's got to make it work. He's got to make it run. And some Die Young goes on in. Again, Heaven, he's realizing that's a possibility, but it's Mo that's quicker on the trigger with the AWP. That's K23 with 7. Team Spirit. They've got money again, but they are starting to lose rounds now. They would like to close this as quickly as possible and send this to Overpass. And Overpass is actually going to be a real exciting map, okay, if we have to go there. Because when you look at that map, that's one that K23 are willing to play. They pick it a lot in a lot of their best of threes. And so they should be able to put up a great fight over in that final map. Team Spirit would love to send us there as quickly as possible. They got another buy in this one, but it contains a Mag 7.
Mag 7's watching for Hut, but Norbert's been able to make it down the vents. Oh, he's going to see if he can draw this rotation. Chopper was spotted briefly, but Norbert goes ahead and just sits back. Chopper may go walking into him here. Uh-oh, is he going to clear the corner? It looks like he might, and he has the advantage. Good awareness from Chopper. They get that vent player out of there.
Good jump spot. That's information passed on, but Magix can't make it work and send us to Mag 7. Having to fall back, swiftly upgrades to an AK-47, and a slam not connecting here for some Die Young. But he has kept his team in the favorable spot and also kept his life. So for K23, they may have the sight, but how long can they keep it? We've got to hope for another 40 seconds in. Chopper with the headshot. Nealon doing well to make sure that that's short-lived. Dexter coming in from Heaven now, and Mio spot the timing. A headshot connected, and Team Spirit given the round win. Good retake from them up on the A site, 15-7. This Team Spirit are now 1 round away from closing us here on Nuke and sending us to the third final map of the day. Because of that ball plan, look how much extra money they have here on Nealon. He can get an AK out to a teammate, and they can buy around it, but obviously they have to buy at this point, otherwise they're gone, they're out of here.
Yeah, early pressure play unsuccessful, and then sure you get the bomb down, but Spirit are just waiting for the post-plant scenario, waiting for those fights to come at them. It's not easy to play that post-plant on the A site of Nuke, so K23 have to concede the round, and now Spirit only need 1 more to show us the reason they picked this map. It's looked great for them so far. Fast A play at the ready for K23. Magix has dodged those flashes, but he's here alone. He's got to hold by himself. First kill is good, but he's not ready for that player to be so far out onto the site. And this time, K23 take the A site with a man advantage.
Yeah, and this is a much better scenario to be in. If you're Team Spirit, your money's not good. You are just going to save this now at this point. There's absolutely no point in attempting it. Amir gets 1 kill through the smoke, and it's still not really even enough to make you want to go for it. But they've decided they are going to go for it. They think they've got enough time here. They've got to be very quick in getting these kills. And Mir's got another one. Okay, here we go. This looks like it might just be all for Team Spirit. They've got the man advantage. A no-scope headshot, Chopper over the top. And when we all thought it was done and the save call was coming in, it is Mir with a bit of magic that gives them the win here on Nuke. We're going to the third. We're going to Overpass, Hawker.
Wow, and Dexter was aware. He was aware of the flank that was coming in that could have absolutely closed out the round. Lovely work to just be ready for that play from behind, and they get the retake to go their way. Again, those A-site post-plants being a problem, but in all honesty, there was just that period at the start of this game where K23 struggled to get anything going individually, struggled to adapt. I think as soon as we saw that run of rounds, it felt like Nuke was going to be over before they had a real chance to play it. And sure, they get some rounds towards the end there, but it was going to be a real long shot after that poor start.
It's definitely rough to see coming in for the Nuke showing, but Overpass is...
Legendary teams, major players, and electrifying tactical action are back in CSGO Regional Major Rankings 2021. From June 27th till July 4th, 10 teams will clash in the thrilling showdown for the prize pool of $100,000 and slots at the PGL Major Stockholm 2021. Who will win more rounds? Who will show the most furious play? And who will claim the major prize? Find out at the CSGO Regional Major Rankings 2021. And don't forget to reload.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the StarLadder CIS RMR. We're here on the final map of day number 2, and I'm looking forward to hopping into this one because it's Overpass, Hawker, and this should be a map we get a better showing out of K23. They took the first map, Inferno, a couple of hours ago here against Team Spirit, but Team Spirit bounced back with a convincing Nuke win. How do you feel about their chances heading into Overpass?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a long game, I really think. Like K23, normally if they lose Overpass, it is going to be at least somewhat close just because they play it so often, man. They've played it a ridiculous amount in the last 3 months, but I would generally side with Spirit just being the better team as the whole. We saw there on that second map what their individuals can do, so I'm still expecting Spirit to come through with the win, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is a kind of close affair, and again, it could get definitely quite scrappy at some points.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this is going to be scrappy, but when we look at the close qualifiers as the most recent sample pool to talk about the Overpass performances of K23, at times they look really solid, but at other times they look quite weak in terms of relying on Norbert's individual skill. But the difference is with this K23 versus the K23 we seen back then is it's Mo playing well. And I think an Alper playing well makes a big difference, especially on your CT side of Overpass.
Yeah, definitely can make a world of difference if he can continue his form that he's had so far in this series. I think we did unfortunately see a bit of a down performance from Adren, who was playing pretty well on the first map. He was having a tough time and oftentimes was in a lot of important positions there on Nuke. He was in those yard spots on CT and T where you have to try and exert a lot of pressure while not giving away your life too easily. And unfortunately, Adren was trying to exert that pressure. He just gave away his life a lot because of it. So that's someone we'll be keeping an eye on here on Overpass, hoping that Adren can bounce back heading into our third and final map, because they're going to need him. Honestly, K23 are going to need everyone here because Spirit was starting to look pretty scary towards the end of Nuke there.
And I think that is really is the win condition, because if you think back to Inferno, everybody was showing up. Everybody was having a highlight moment. Everybody was having a big round. And we did talk about how Inferno was all down to those individual plays. They were so back and forth. It could have went either way right up until the final moments. And it really felt like whoever made the most individual plays won the game. And you can't really afford to only have a couple of players showing up here on this final map if that's the only way you're going to get a win against Team Spirit. And you also had the fact that Team Spirit got off to a very slow start. That all contributes to the potential for a map win. It needs to be a perfect storm for K23 just to get a map, and even then, it is just an overtime. So I hope that they are confident coming into this final map. I hope their mindset is reset. Just realize, okay, we aren't expected to win this match. We aren't expected to win that map in particular. This is our chance now to head on to Overpass, just play the best game they can. And I think K23 have certainly got individuals that can be capable of pulling this off, but it's certainly going to be difficult against Team Spirit. They are our favorite team in the group right now in terms of how they are performing, especially with Virtus Pro, right? They're not looking so hot to trot, so I think Spirit getting a win here would certainly be good for them. They have had 2 best-of-3s go the distance, and obviously that first one had 2 maps in one, really. But here on the second best-of-3 for them in the tournament, looking to get off to a good start in Overpass, but it's not happened. It's Norbert with the man advantage.
Always nice to take those B-short fights as a T. You're happy to go ahead and take that fair 1v1 fight. It's one of the areas of the map where you can just go in alone and get a decent opportunity for an early kill by yourself. Re-aggression has come out of Spirit, but Norbert is still doing the damage here. Ready for the re-aggression. SDY finally gets one back, but Norbert's about to pounce on the B site itself.
And he goes, but it's Chopper, who is quicker on the USP. Fame comes through as well, and it's still doable here right now for K23, having the man advantage, but they're losing a player quickly to Sumdai Young, and Adren goes forward into water. It's just Magix, and he gets taken out. Brilliant round for K23. To find a good start is an option now here on Overpass. They have to be careful that they don't lose to a 4-spot. It'll be interesting to see how much Team Spirit invests coming into this one, because we have seen a lot of these Deagle rounds coming through alongside that Scout, and Team Spirit have the individuals to pull these off.
They've definitely got the ability to make some magic happen.
They've even got
Good
some
start.
magics in the team.
Exactly. Good start for K23, though. Even though that was a scenario where they were a bit spread apart from each other, they're still able to go ahead and come through with the kills that they needed at the right times. Magic smoke at the ready will put one down before any aggression can come his way. K23 were posturing, but Magix hits an early shot, and that may dissuade them from going over into this B-bomb site. They're still having a look, though, and Mir doing a bit more damage. Adren chunked down to 8 health.
Lovely spam through lots of damage at the start of the round, and down the play into the B site. Norbert, well, this Galil has just poked in and poked out. He's a double dipper. Now under a minute left for K23. I'll be happy enough with that kill, but it's not really put them in much of a better situation. They still have to get into the site, and they're leaving themselves with only the B option at the moment. Eventually, Team Spirit will be sending another player down to bolster the defense. These Deagle shots can come through. It's Mir with one. He's going to try and stay alive a second out to the left side as he flicks down into Monster. Damage done under the third. Not quite the kill, but Mo comes in for the headshot. Still a chance for K23, but they've taken significant damage. And that HE is going to deny the plant. Surely if it connects somehow, but not quick enough.
Mo seeing if he can win this one, but he's so low. They've just cleared Monster, and Mo is tucked in, so there could be a chance here. He knows they don't have a kit. They tap the bomb. They're actually sticking it now, and Mo's got to get a move on. Even without that kit, he's walking on up. Defuse kill is going to come through because SDY is there to defend his teammate.
It is unfortunate to see come through that for him, but it's what had to come through in the end for Team Spirit, the 4-spot start. And we talk about it. I immediately started prefacing after the pistol. I don't think you can ever really celebrate a pistol round win until you get through it to round 3. It's like in football right now, Hawk, when you score a goal, you've got to wait for VAR. You know, you can't really celebrate the goal up until that's come through. And some say it's ruining the game, and well, I would say probably follow suit here.
All tied up after the early rounds go a bit back and forth, but Spirit want to go ahead and make their mark on this game now. They've got themselves a good chance to do so. Nice shot from Nealon, though. That's what K23 were hoping for. They get Chopper before he can fall back to safety. And that leaves SDY in Connector in a somewhat precarious position.
He's often good in these situations, though. K23 are going to be sending the majority of their players outside of B, leaving just one up here on the A side of things. That's Fame over towards Long. Mir, ooh, this could be a position that really hurts K23 if he can spot the feet crossing over, but they think it's going to be the A play due to the utility being used up by Fame. He's done a very good job actually of pulling that rotation, giving a big window of opportunity now to K23 to make the play, but once they figure out, hold on, it's only one player over on A right now. We got to get players over to back out the B defense. That ball not gone down yet. Magix is over in towards short. He's taking good map control here. He's even got his teammate to help him out. Might boost over the top of these sandbikes. And oh, it doesn't even need to come through. Magix denies it through the smoke. And a follow-up kill from Dexter is found as well.
Nicely done to deny the bomb plant. Wasn't sure if they were going to be able to or not, but They come through with it. Straight through the smoke. And Spirit take the 2-1 lead. And with no bomb plant available, K23 don't have any options here. They would have loved to just get that bomb down, then you can subsidize a bit of investment into this round, but that denial makes a big difference, puts him down to Glocks, and Dexter even has an early AWP. They are going to start to close the distance. Dexter with a second shot. What? Oh, he's going for a third. Dexter with some great shots on mid. I wasn't sure he was going to stick around because he knew they were on pistols, but if you're going to land shots like that, I can't really complain.
Wild. Absolutely wild from Dexter. Does it in style. He gives us something entertaining all the time. You know, you're up against pistols. It should be an easy round for them. But does it in style at least. Closes it out with some skill. Gives us some clips. We get to see the shots again. Initial over the top of the smoke. Again, just Glocks, but it's all about how he does it. That's just ridiculous. Well, here come the AKs. All the caveats gone now if Dexter could pull off a round like that. I can assure you if it was AKs, it probably would have been the same outcome.
Similar setup from Spirit in Connector, but this time they've got players pushing into water to help. They're going to try and crunch this position. Magix nearly didn't spot that man, but eventually make sure to clear out that far corner. Norbert completely isolated there, as he has been in a couple of rounds, but this time it's not just a fair 1v1 fight for him. He is overwhelmed by players. And now Spirit have short control, they have Connector control. They're even going to go aggressive. Adren, uh-oh, he's got a smoke out. He'll just about be all right.
Well, Sumdar Young with a wallbang kill. That must have been through Divider that he had found Neil in. I'm not going to be complaining about the start of the round with that. That is real nasty coming in from him. 40 seconds. And Team Spirit have got 2 players to the good right now. K23 have really got a lot of work to do and not a whole lot of time to do it. It's like me when I used to go to school, Alex, and leave my homework to the last second.
Yeah, they're really going to have to come through with some speed at this point. Chopper's been blinded. SDY decides he's going to fall back after spotting them. And K23 will do the same. Giving up on the round and just looking to save what they have.
Yeah, same outcome when I used to do my homework as well. I used to give up. So, yeah, I mean, this is really the perfect analogy. But right now, Team Spirit, it's another scenario where I fear that it's going to continue like Nuke. Where you get this good start, you think there's some hope with K23 when they piss around, but Team Spirit, if they get off to a good start and build up enough of a strong lead, say 6-7-1, I just feel like that makes the game just 10 times harder for K23. Like, even though that scoreline is you can come back from that, you're just starting with such a disadvantage that no matter what you do, it has to be doubled. The work ethic needs to be doubled. The amount of rounds you need to pull out need to be doubled in a short amount of time. And it just makes the job so much more difficult than it needs to be. And Team Spirit are going to be very happy about getting a good start here. The game plan of K23 has not really forced the defense to have many issues.
Yeah, they haven't been pressured too heavily so far. This pistol round with Norbert was nice, but not much more once we've got into the real meat and potatoes. Oh, that's a nice nade. Yeah, this second shot by Dexter, by the way. Just a headshot as well. So impressive. Really did not need to stick around there and risk being run down. If he misses that shot, he might actually be in some trouble, but still some great shots. And now we've got the AKs that were saved alongside 2 Deegs for K23. Let's see if they can start to cause some issues, because they don't have that many nades in this round. And on Overpass, you oftentimes need that utility just to take some early map control towards A. So they could be left really short on utility in this round if they're not careful.
K23, quick water control here is the name of the game, and that's very quick indeed. Fam's continuing his run. He's not stopping. Up in towards short. He's looking for this opening pick. It's come in though. Sumda Young might be the player to draw first blood in towards Connector. Gets his opportunity, but thinks better of committing to that fight. He has no idea how many players are there. Oh, Mir goes up on the boost. He's flashed and eventually will get his kill. Mo being picked out and Adren now walking slowly. He's actually in such a good position in towards Monster, but they spot him at the last second. Just before he went behind cover. It's kills for Chopper and Magix. And K23 have had plenty of opportunities here in this round. They just didn't win any of the fights. And now they're down to just 2 players. And Mir is looking to put the boot to the throat. He can be this aggressive player. You know Mir, he's not going to sit back. He wants to fight, so he keeps going. Nealon has now left Norbert all alone on the server. And Norbert doesn't like being Mr. Lonely, so he's going to go and try to regain with his teammates. And eventually, well, Mir takes him out with a 3K, 5-1. And right now, if you're K23, you're feeling real rough right now because you haven't even got enough to buy into this one.
Having a look at the Olaf Meister burning defuse graffiti, but Spirit haven't needed any defusers recently. They've just been winning all the fights before K23 get anywhere near the bomb site. 5 kills each for them. Everyone's showing up. This is something I was scared about too. I figured at some points in this game, Spirit just individually would be outclassing K23. It was just a question of, was it going to be the case that happens in a couple of rounds? Or was it going to be the case where there are large portions of these games where Spirit just show us they are just so much better individually? And while the first map felt pretty competitive in terms of raw skill on both sides, we had that long stretch of Nuke where it just felt like Spirit were on a different level with their individuals, and now we're starting to see it on Overpass too, and it's scary right now. It's not a good look for K23.
They're gonna walk into Connector. Adren and Mo start to clear the close corners. These are the 2 veteran combo on the team. We need to calm the team, I'm sure, in this high-pressure 3rd map. Mindset is everything in this scenario. And Chopper, he's about to spot the shadow advantage. Nealon comes across. It's actually a wider angle. Chopper does dish out damage, but in the end, Nealon stays alive, and that does keep the dream alive for K23. Their attack into the A site might just pose a threat. Sumda Young sneaking out into the bathrooms. Spots a couple of players now looking to put pressure in the middle of the site. Sumda Young spams through. It's Mir's kill. It is the first to draw blood in the round, and the rest of the blood comes flowing into C. Straight down middle. And Mir is giving us some brilliant displays of aim over on Nuke, if you remember back to his little deathmatch round, and he's done it here again, just closing it out with nice shots. And 6-1 for Team Spirit. Here comes the buy of K23.
That was even a nice shot from Nealon from the back lines, but everyone from Spirit just swinging at the same time. Sometimes that's all you need to call. 3-2-1, let's go, push together. And we know that Mir is going to be able to do a lot of work with that AK. Buy out, as you were saying. K23 had the chance to get the AWP. They're up against 2 snipers, though, and it's the double AWP setup on the A side of the map. We're seeing this more and more as of late. Mir again just trying to take fights now that he's got that AK and he's got his teammate to help him. It's Mir with both of the frags, but he has been traded just before he can get back to safety.
Oh, good kill, Magix. Norbert not allowed to play in this round for much longer. Now Nealon and Mo have so much more work to do. Double the manpower over for Team Spirit. Utility left. And you lose these early players, it's just such a sour taste in the mouth, especially with such a large amount of time left. It really feels like you haven't got going. Maybe it could be this man, Mo, on the screen to try and pull something out. that in the pre-game. And now it has to be Mo. His teammates fallen in water. Good timed aggression there for Magic. So they're just aware of every possibility, and I think Mo is just going to back off and save this AWP. Such a slow starting game for K23, and one that is fizzling out as we go every step closer to a Team Spirit victory if it continues this way. We need a burst of life. We need a round. I almost wonder if it's worth just going for a change of pace, just a straight up B-rush, just something really quick into the bathrooms, up connector, just a team play somewhere, because those are the kind of rounds that, even if you do it in the next round where it's not really high risk because you're likely to lose it anyway, it can be enough to ignite hope and belief in the team again. It can give you a round again, and I feel like that's something they can need to go with, and they might not even get the AWP here. They're putting pressure on Mo with the shot. Oh, and he's gone down as well. Alex, after the time. Mo has $150. It gets worse.
Oh, boy. That is rough. Any consideration of a force buy might just be snatched away with that, because a couple of the players had enough for the AKs, but $150 on Mo. Someone might have to drop him a pistol. No one's nice enough to do so, though. Mo, you got yourself in this position, mate. You're going to have to get yourself out of it. No one dropping him. He's going to have to steal a gun from one of his teammates. Fame down to 30 health from the early molly, but that means Chopper might not expect him to be so far up. Chopper making noise, Fane hitting the headshot and giving K23 a way into this round.
Young. Oh, he's going to miss the shot. That's a brilliant start to the round, in fact, from Fame. He's taking a double kill. Good Dexter deny them everything, though. He's only died once so far on the server. And K23 are going to take some long control now. They've picked up an AWP. Back in the hands of Mo, somehow from nothing to an AWP again for Mo. Dexter misses his shot as well. This is a nightmare for Team Spirit. The most unlikely of rounds turns into a win. Most likely now, but Magic's going to try and change that. He's taking a double kill in bathrooms. And the sight take starts to come in from K23. Luckily, the 3 remaining players have found upgraded weapons. It's an A1S in the hands of Nealon and Fame and an AWP from Mo. Magic starts to come in from long. Nealon's holding the angle, and Magic's can't get the kill. K23 with a second, and it is off the back of those Tech 9s.
Yeah, the deed shot from Fame starts it off, just getting into a position that Spirit didn't expect after having that molly into mid. And the round just collapses from there once the CTs start to struggle to know exactly which positions are open. There is a lot of the map open for K23 at that point. So nicely done by K23 to get one round back. Now let's see if they can turn it into anything more, because Spirit still have plenty of money to keep going with the buys.
It is always rough when you finally win a round, but you got to go up against a full buy again. It'll be that way for the next few at least. K23 have to just start consistently winning them now. Mirror and Water. Norbert back to walk into the tunnel, and this is a good position for it. He can spot the feet quickly, but Norbert still comes out on top of the jewel. That's a huge opening in for K23, and it's untraded right now. How long will that be? Because Magic's pointing Overpass, and will get his kill. There's a body play, and now throwing down the Molotov. He's going to go down quickly to Norbert, who is having a great start to the round, but finally put out of play by Young. Utility will be thrown onto the site to create a firewall. Prevents the K23 players from getting onto the site and getting that bomb planted. Team Spirit right now in a 3v3. They'll look for the retake, but Mo hits the kill up in towards heaven. So now it's got to be Dexter and Chopper who have to come back into this B site. And K23 are setting up with players, looking strong on the hold right now.
Chopper's got closer. Utility being thrown in by his teammate to start to limit the positions and isolate the fights. And Chopper's got one close on the Neil and pulls the Oper into the open as well. He hasn't been able to take out Mo though, who survives on 46. And now with the kit, they're sticking the bomb, they're just holding it down the line. Dexter, he's going to be able to do it. He steals it away. Chopper with the final few bullets in his gun takes out Fame. And a round for Team Spirit on the retake that looked like it was written in the stars for K23.
Gotta give props to Dexter there, because some players would absolutely just get off the bomb and go for this kill. But he has faith, his teammate Chopper has the angle. You can see just at the end there, you wonder if he would think about going for it, but player barely got onto his screen. Chopper was so quick at getting into that kill, which he needed to do. Well done by Chopper, well done by Dexter. They worked together wisely to win that one. K23 starting to bring some rounds closer, but it's that similar scenario that they had on Nuke Dinko, where starting to bring rounds close isn't good enough at this point. If this was earlier in the game, I'd say that's fine. I'd say K23 is showing us some positive signs that they need to win rounds now. At least they've got another chance to do that here with the full guns.
They're setting up outside of the B-bomb site. Heavy as it looks into the site. They want to take water. There's some jump spotting going on, and that is quick from Norbert. Jump spot denied, but luckily Magic's quickly answering into Monster. That smoke's up, but he doesn't care. He's going to stand in it. Might get more out of it. He's going to try and phase the smoke. He's going through a flashback. Actually, only blinds Fame, and so Mo assists in his death, and Magic's hunting down the Oper. It's not going to work out for him. Mo does get his kill, but he needs 3 more, and that's not going to happen. Chopper with a 3K into the round. A lovely shot from Norbert. That was probably the best moment of the round for me, but still not enough to really get anything going. 9 rounds for Team Spirit, and another tactical pause coming in for K23.
Chopper's been doing some good work on this B site in these last couple of rounds. I like Magic's play too earlier in the round, where he just gets aggressive towards Monster. He just tries to be as annoying as possible against that K23 push. But for K23, they've got to be frustrated with themselves for showing that bomb, for showing their hand so soon. Just allows that easy rotation from Spirit so that everyone is in position on the site. See here, Chopper, well timed. Oh yes, good work to get the triple kill. But yeah, a little disappointing from K23 in all honesty. I think that's a round where if you don't give the bomb away instantly, you can be a bit more explosive and maybe a bit more unexpected, but just feels like the pieces aren't falling into place right now for this K23 side.
Oh, Norbert attempting a couple of taps, and it's Magic's that has won it at long range. The Orc has given Team Spirit an advantage again. I always laugh at it, just how brilliant the Dick Stacy sticker is. There's so many players just rock it. It's just stuck, just a giant Dick sticker on the gun. It's just brilliant. But anyway, back into the round. Chopper, gap on that smoke to play with. Sometimes Young's going to try and hold his way back. Just 1 kill onto Fame. Every kill that Team Spirit find, even if it is just treading out 1-for-1s, is always going to keep them ahead. And they did find another one, so 2-man advantage now for them. And for K23, with 54 seconds left, there's been so many rounds like this. Oh, barrel spotted finally. There we go. Nealon finds it. If he gets his connector kill, Hawker, maybe there's something.
Mir realizes that he's got to try and play a safe, unexpected angle. I like this angle. Oh. Yeah, that's nice. Just slide out to the left of it, and it's hard to really go down the stairs properly pre-aiming that. And oh, Mir again with another nice reposition. That's just so well done by Mir, who has been exceptional here on Overpass.
We usually talk about Mir being one of the best players on this team. You have just so many players on this team that you can go towards and talk about fondly. But it is Mia delivering here. And so is Magic's. He's still the top fragger on the team, 14 over there for him. When we get into round 13 and Young going to the connector yet again with his AWP, and he'll be looking for this opening pick. There hasn't been a crossed player, and Adren is actually just going to be holding and now goes to the walkout. It's a dry peek. And 9 times out of 10 you would expect a kill there from the AWPer, but it's actually in towards mid that they get their first kill.
Still holding this angle too, even though he knows there could be players closing the distance on the back of that smoke through party. Dexter finally decides to fall back. This is always a really nice angle to hold. It's hard to clear this one as a T. Normally you want to flash into it, but sometimes you can't have that luxury. Good jump from Fame though. That's a smart play, and now Dexter knows he's been spotted. He has to reposition, and he's seeing if he can find a fight, but there's a player sneaking up on his left. He's not ready.
Oh, he was so tunnel visioned, and that gives Adren the chance to pull the round back. Norbert's watching for the connector play. I don't know how, but Young is so much quicker than Norbert there. Thought Norbert had them dead to rights. Mo fighting back and turning him behind. Turning on the spot, but Chopper chopping him down. A double kill for it. Mir on the flank as well. Oh, Chopper, you can always rely on him to pull you out of the hole. And the Mir flank comes in as well.
As soon as we switched away, I just assumed Chopper was gonna be dead because he was so low on health with the M4, but he comes through with an incredible headshot to put his team in position for the easy round win. Mir, again, his positioning has been brilliant throughout this map. You've got to give him credit, not just for his aim, but for the way he's putting himself in these spots where he can just get the drop on his opponents. And when he does that, he is so hard to go up against. And now K23 down to a low buy and a B rush because of it.
Oh, it's going to be a really fast play, but Magic's, he holds strong, even under pressure, even with the flashes. Magic's still getting away with a double. And just by staying alive, he buys so much time for his teammates to help him as well. So he doesn't have to fight this alone. He's still got his teammates, and Magic's on 4 HP, is still deadly, and he hears the sound cue in towards barrels. Norbert committed to the knife kill as he jumps around, and Magic is still alive, and he's got another kill. He might just get all 5, but Dexter will steal that away. 4 HP, and he's just dishing out kills left and right. Amazing half coming in here from Team Spirit. 12-2. This looks like it's going to be a quick one, Hawker.
Magic's just reminding me that I need to sing his praises too in this game.
Yeah, he's like, Hawker,
stop giving credit to me. I am the only one on the team that deserves the credit.
He is Boris after all. I love that name.
Big up Boris.
Big up Boris. Big boy Boris.
Definitely better than the UK Boris.
Not difficult. But here we go. Well, I would definitely say at Counter-Strike he would be much better.
Yeah, I would hope so. Although our Boris at rugby now. Oh,
I have seen that. I did see him attempt a game against children, I believe.
Yes. But I bet he won that game.
Yep. Well, I'm sure it was difficult for him.
Magic's going for the 20 bomb at the half. Mir can't quite reach the 20 bomb, but can still do a good job himself. It's just been so good on his site between them. Chopper's had a huge amount of impact too, but this time Mir counted out by Adren. Lovely shot with the AK. And now we're going to have to see more of the Magic show. Oh, Chopper's pushed through mid. This is so much map control.
Oh, Mo, pick a card, any card. Not a fan of Magic's tricks, but luckily it's Young that gets rid of him. Dexter has actually just fallen to Adren. And that leaves an opening on this A site because they had rotated down into B, and so they're going to throw some utility. That smoke onto the stairway is going to block the vision of Young, and the Molotov holds them off in the bank play for the meantime. So, bomb plant secured, post plants positions can be taken up. And Chopper on this flank long will be the first test for Adren, but he's looking the right way, but he's not got his gun out. And he jumps around the corner to his demise, and now puts his teammate in a very difficult position. Got one. Looks out long, couldn't quite double up, and it is going to be a 13-2 half for Team Spirit.
Dominant showing from Spirit here in the first half. And that's without Dexter even doing too much on the AWP, which is normally one of their keys to victory on Overpass. So impressive. K23, I think, did start to lose track, I think, at times of just how to set up those trades and some of the timings. But as the half went on, they started to make a few rounds close at the end there. And Spirit still held it down. And now on their T side, there's not too much work that they need to do. They should be able to cruise to victory. Okay.
Nice
Ooh.
attempted opening, but look at the map control. They could get the flank going quickly. For Team Spirit, this does mean they need the kills on the B side.
They do. Oof. Okay, Fame's got 2, just like that. He wants more, he's gonna get more. 4K for Fame! Absolutely stunning on the B-bomb site. And Chopper is about to be knifed. That is a bit of a life, I guess, left in K23. I like that they have the wherewithal when being 13-2 down to get the knife kill.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. This is
Fame has these, like, one of these rounds a series where I'm like, oh my god, this guy could be amazing.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just it's not consistent enough yet. But he's definitely there in terms of having that ability within him. He just needs to kind of unlock his true potential. It's like any sort of fantasy film. It's the storyline. It's like, wow, he starts off as a normal guy with this incredible power within him, Hawker. What experience is he going to have to experience to unlock his true powers? Yes, yeah, evolve. Maybe he's a Pokemon. Who knows?
Maybe. Maybe
Pokemon.
he'll evolve and become famous. Is that what you go with? I don't know.
That's terrible.
What? They always have like similar names, so that's the best you can do.
I suppose it's fine. It's fine.
Oh boy. Thought Neelam was going to line 2 up there. But he's a polite guy. He'll get away with 1. Mo! Oh no. Yeah, you don't let your teammate die here, do you? Now he's going to go back round for the peak. But Mo's got away.
Yeah, Mir, I like that. A man of my own heart right there, my playstyle. Throw your teammates out, hang them out to dry. I mean, he really is in a battle against Magix at this point for the top of the scoreboard. Maybe even for the round here as well. 30 seconds left in play, and that bomb will start to walk its way through the connector. It wants to go to the B site right now, and Dexter is starting to walk out with his deagle in hand, clearing these close corners. It is only 2 MP9s down here on the B site. You can definitely crack those open if you get them into 1v1 scenarios. He has to find Neil in here quickly, and Dexter will. A snappy headshot, another one! Mia down onto Mo, and the bomb plant coming into the smoke. It's Norbert running up into short. He's got to go quickly. He spotted out Mia, but he didn't get a window of opportunity for the kill, and now they can double up. Now they can point together, and Norbert, he's rattling shots. He's not getting anything out of it. Peeks into Dexter, but it's the swing from the other side. He committed to the left side of the pillar, and Mir drops down the ramp for the kill. That is a round stolen away yet again from K23.
I take it all back, Dinko. I will never question Mir again. He knew exactly what he was doing the whole damn round. Oh man, the dig, the headshots, that's what Mir's so good at. Those snappy headshots, he always does it with the AK, but that means he can do it with an Eagle too if that first bullet accuracy is on point. And at a 14-3 scoreline. I mean, it technically isn't over yet, but if you're a K23 fan and you believe right now, then I respect you a lot, because I'm not believing too much. 4v3 early in this one. Okay, 3v3 thanks to the shot from Mo. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
I'm not ahead at all. They've even given their teammate a little funeral there, cremation. Magics playing in behind the smoke. Waiting for the jump out. No resmoke shorten it. It's going to be a double push through Monster from the CT side, and Dexter is watching for that. That Molotov into barrels is going to force him into the fight. It's Neil and Mo that have taken 2 kills for the CTs, and the bomb's not down for Team Spirit. So Sumdai Young has to win this round out alone. But he has got the bomb on his back, and if he wants, he can go up to the A site, but he can also just sit here. And in doing so, that might just get into the heads of K23. They are close enough to think he could have gone back to A, but it's going to be the peek out from Nealon anyway. That's the most simple way of closing out the round. Nealon with 3 kills and close it out with a beautiful Deagle headshot. 14-4 though. Team Spirit, I thought that would have been it. I thought that could have been the start of the end for K23, but they've been given a lifeline.
They have. Well, they've still got the chances to pull it back on the Spirit side. We know that. SDY's even got an AK into this round. Hasn't been one of the standout fraggers on this map, but maybe this is his time to make the difference. Mo's pushed in on A. K23, I think, are just taking a bunch of risks here, and I don't mind it. I think it's a decent way of just trying to see if you can quickly win a bunch of rounds and bring it back into contention. Nice kill from Adren with the MP9, but in comes Dexter, just spam into the body, as we know that Eagle is so good at. And now he's got himself an AK.
Oh, nice shot from Norbert. And the man advantage found off the back of it as he now gets aggressive and takes map control as well for K23. Lots of positives out of this play because it gets another. It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's young Norbert.
Boost up. Nothing spotted. Noise made on the drop down. And they're going to try and just go for the fight. Bit ballsy, but at this point, I think you know you almost certainly have the round guaranteed. Unless Magics can do something magnifique.
We've got to find some spells here to pull this one in 10 seconds, and hopefully it will be a time remapping spell because there's not enough time to really do much here. And he dies after the time. Not good for Magics, as he's got $400 in the bank account. That's like my birthday party, Hawker. No one turned up.
Did you drink all those drinks then?
Yep.
Wow.
I even brought my my old friends from my childhood, my cuddly toys.
I mean, if you drank all those drinks, you must have at least had like a sugar high. So that must have been nice. Oh, okay.
Great birthday. Anyway, ouch! Sumdai Young with the Tech 9 shot hops out into the FAMAS, and Magix has actually been able to reply quite quickly there. So we've got a man advantage right now for Team Spirit. Pretty quickly into the round as well. A bit of a nightmare for K23.
Yeah, this could be a real cause for concern. I feel like Spirit should realize this aggression's been happening a lot. I'm hoping they are ready for this. They are walking up. That's the best way of doing this. If you run, Norbert's going to hear you and be looking at you. Instead, he may have his back turned, but they've got their backs turned to him. It was back-to-back there.
Yeah, it was, but he didn't expect the second player, and also heard the footsteps of the connector run up. So just in doing so, that draws the crosshair of Norbert away from the refrag of Dexter. So that still keeps that man advantage afloat for Team Spirit. They're going to come down to the B site. Nealon, who has been very solid over the past couple of rounds, will be down here and tasked with holding on to B. But he's just changed that up, and he will go away from the B site. he goes up to A in the final seconds here, this is going to be a free site for Team Spirit. It also gives them so much time to make a post plant. This is not a good gamble. It hasn't worked out for them at all.
Oh man, I guess you go for it because you're 14-5 down, but they're going to get the bomb planted and they still have some nades to get them out of this position. Flash through for the CTs to try and find some sort of way back in. Dexter holding with the rifle. They're taking a lot of time here on the K23 side. Another flash gives away Dexter's position, but slows things down slightly further, and that time is the biggest issue, especially now that Dexter's landed that shot. Mo looking for anything, but they're all going to peek him at once, and Spirit have 15.
It is map and series point for Team Spirit, the favorites coming into this one. Lost the first map, but came back swinging on Nuke, and since then it has been a very comfortable affair for the individuals. A few rounds here and there from K23, but it should be Team Spirit now taking victory. And will continue to top their group, winning first of the first two opening matches. And I think these matches can be the most difficult when they're against some opponents who you don't really rate all that much. You maybe focus on the big teams that you can sometimes get caught off from the likes of K23. So as long as Team Spirit get through their first turbulent affairs, they'll be getting a lot of points on the board. And Group B, Chopper, he's down in connector. Norbert's walked up the stairway. Let's keep with the end, Hawker.
Arguably should be the end, especially if Fame is going to get shot like that through the wall. 33 hit points, health points remaining. Not sure which one it actually is. I always just say HP till that moment.
I call it health points.
Makes sense. Fame still sitting here. Flash on over, but he's dodged it. Nice kill from Fame. Oh, he makes it a second. Good work on that anchor position. Now he's going to back off to the bomb site, but the T's are coming back into short, and there's a chance that the CTs don't expect that. They're going back into connector, but Adren can hear the steps. Good position to get the freebie, and K23 will stay alive.
Not done yet. Really solid job there from Fame, and that's another one of those rounds where he just has a pop-off. He really makes the difference for his team, and Adren obviously getting in position, realizing the most likely call then for the T side is to panic run up connector. There we go, Fame's close angle, good composure to get both. Adren hears out the connector rush up and picks up the AK to close out with a final headshot. For Team Spirit, it's going to be Tech9s. They're investing. They're not saving their money. They just want to go and end it now. It's going to be a B-rush. Not like this, K23. You've got to hold on now.
Oh, good kill from Adren. He's been traded. Fame also dealt with. Mir on the entries. He's done it so many times, and this time he has been shut down, and Neelan makes it 2. It's all over the place on the B-bomb site, but it's Magix who can run it to A.
He's got the bomb on his back, and he runs straight his way through. He realizes, okay, there's a monster play. That means a quick rotation. I'm just going to go up to the A site. He's going to plant it as well for the stair side. It's not comfortable enough going in towards the toilets. So instead, goes back down to heaven, and he tries to find a 1v1, which he's got here on Norbert. If he can get the timing right, this would certainly favor him, because now he would have positional advantage in the post plan as well. Oh, Magic, you little genius. He's got some magic in him now. Headshot on Norbert, and now it's just Mo between him. Magix has planted the bomb for himself. He's only got 2 bullets in that M4. Hopefully his teammate calls that over to him. He's got to get the headshot. if he's going to win that out. He's got to go for it. Misses out. Oh, no. He goes down. Mo with the wall bang. And Magic falls from the round. Holding the deep fuse is not enough. And it's Mo that crumbles at the very end. It's K23 who will fall by the wayside. Team Spirit taking the clutch and the win here. 2-1 in the series. A first map that goes in favor of K23. But after that, Team Spirit just looked like the better side. They showed their class throughout.
Yeah, they did. And nice to see Magic's getting the clutch at the end there. He deserved it with the way he made that play. Even if he doesn't get that kill, he buys enough time to go ahead and win his team that one. And all in all, look, a couple of nice moments from some of the K23 players. You know, Fame had a couple of cool rounds at the end there, but let's be real, this was the Spirit show.
It was, and it definitely puts Spirit in a very comfortable position when it comes to the standings. When we take a look at Team Spirit, they're up on top of the group now. 6 points. They've won their first 2 games. You know, they do drop maps in both of them. They had a very long series against Entropic yesterday. But these are against very difficult teams. Like, Entropic is a team that are really doing quite well for themselves. And so, you know, it's kind of expected it's a tougher match there. And I think for the most part, it looked good from Team Spirit if you just remove the first Inferno game. They went down a lot early, and it was just, their holds just weren't good enough, right? The individuals just weren't getting enough kills.